again, the way it starts this season with Tech's last line really hit home. It was a great touch, but you didn't have to do it twice. Like, I was already almost in tears. But again, no, great start. Don't get me wrong. Seeing what Omega's life was like on Tantus was very interesting. I didn't realize they would actually treat her that well. But all in all, we can say, I wrote down, screw that chick for taking her doll away. But then immediately, like 40 into episode, she brings it back. But I kind of get the feeling, like just a little bit, that she's going to end up being on, their side at some point. Especially the final episode. There's going to be something that's going on. But I feel I would be dumb to believe that Omega survives, considering we already know what happens in the crap freaking sequel trilogy. Palpatine returning, and we know all this cloning stuff, and the M count, that's interesting. But on the M count thing, like, man, have we diverged so far from Lucas's original description. Even in the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6, it was mentioned that everyone has access to the Force. It's just something that you actually have to train. Look at it like a martial art. Like, anyone can throw a punch, but only someone that is trained for years with extreme dedication actually gets extremely proficient with it. This is why boxers sit there and will box a punching bag 4 or 5 hours a day, spar 2-3 times a day. They don't slow down with the training. So it's something that's hard to train, but anyone would have access to it. Now we got this whole plot about, let's sit there and work on a way to clone by giving them the M count. And it's like, come on, why can't y'all say metachlorians anymore? And it's like, I get it, it's a number, but like the high metachlorian count. Like, it's just a half second more of speech. But, back to the details with this. Man, Crosshair looks broken. Whatever he ends up going through, or we learned that he went through, or maybe it's just psychologically he's broken because he's finally accepting he turned on his brothers. I'm not sure. Like I've said in the post I made, I've gotten behind on editing and uploading, so y'all are gonna get a bunch of them coming up soon. But man, let's hope the Badger, I think that's the dog creature's name. I really hope he makes it. But yeah, episode 1 was a great introduction. But like I did with the shorts, I'm going to be combining episode 2 to 4 in the next long form. So definitely come down below. Tell me if you got any predictions. Did you call anything right? I know I did. The M count thing is, that's what was important about the blood. It's all tied in. You might be like, oh, that's obvious. You should have known that was coming. It's like, sorry, I'm not trying to look forward to the sequel, so I kind of forget about them. To me, they're irrelevant, but I'm a Lucas canon person, which is episode 1 through 6. I'll add respectful stuff into my canon, which is just an extension. It's kind of in between Lucas and Disney canon. But no, I don't respect a lot of the stuff that came from Legends and EU that brought Dragon Ball Z level stuff into Star Wars. It just kind of completely makes the Empire and the Rebels kind of invalidated if it just takes one Force user to show up. This is much more core to what Star Wars is, even if we're not seeing a Force user at all. It's things like Andor that just show so much more of the world and characters and what's going on outside of the main episodes. That is how you build up the world. You don't need to make them gods. That was never their point. For those of you that remember the importance of the 3 different victories that the rebels had to win in episode 6. Yet if they lost a single one of them, the Empire won. This is what made those armies important. It's what made Luke versus Vader even more important, because now if he doesn't win, everything, all the sacrifices, all the effort is for nothing. That's what made that such a good movie, was everyone has to succeed, and every single group had to face overwhelming odds. This is something we're seeing again in this season, and I'm really appreciating it for that. Go ahead and stay tuned if you'd like to be looking out for the rest of my reviews, because, hey, they're not normal ones. Normally I'm calling out people for, making stuff up or lying their ass off about something. But, hey, I guess Disney's safe as long as it's Star Wars. Doesn't seem to be many fake fans here. Catch y'all later.